So, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Very Thoughtful Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am excited today because, as you guys know, this whole year is being about connecting to women who are like living in their superpower, doing the thing that they love, earning money while they're doing it. So, I want to introduce you guys to this incredible woman that I met since I moved here to Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Miss Vanessa is has offers teas and herbs, and she's going to tell us all about what we can do to get our bodies feeling better without taking all the medications. So, Miss Vanessa, please, please, please tell my audience who you are, where you're from, and all those good things.
Okay, well, my name is Vanessa. My shop is called Your Herb Health. I'm originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I moved down to North Carolina in 2002. I've been in the healthcare field uh, since the early 80s.
Wow.
And when I came down here, I retired, but then went back to the hospital, worked an extra 10 years. And while I was doing that, um, my health started going downhill, I guess, because of the different climate and things like that. And so they had put me on a lot of medications, which kept, adding more and more. And I thought, this is like a Band-Aid. I need to do something. And so I've always been gardening, and I've always known about different herbs and stuff from my grandmother and my aunt, going out picking in the yard stuff. So I took my nursing skills and started studying herbs. And then I thought, you know what, other people need this because nobody can afford medication. So
Yeah.
I
So,
started
what
doing
was
that.
it what was it that you needed? Because you said they put you on all these medications. What was happening in your body that and were you able to get off the medication?
Well, I had uh, a little stroke, a small stroke, as they say.
Wow.
And they had told me that because of my family history, high blood pressure ran on my mother's side, diabetes ran on my father's side. And they said that, and then cancer ran in my family. And so they said that, I'm susceptible to everything.
Wow.
And I had told myself, well, my grandmother lived for a long time and she wasn't on, medication like that. And I thought, your food is your medicine.
Mm.
And I told my doctor, because every time when I kept going to a doctor saying, this isn't working, he would prescribe me something else. And then one time I got allergic to some blood pressure medication, which really opened my eyes, because then he called me in, he told me to bring the medication in. I brought it in, he threw it in the garbage and then prescribed me something else. And so I'm like, hey, you going to give me a refund? I'm like, this stuff cost me $320.
Wow.
And he's like, refund? He goes, we don't give refunds. I said, I just was stunned. And I thought to myself, I mean, I could afford it at the time. But then I thought, that's what these people are saying. A lot of people saying that they can't afford their medication, and they talk about choosing whether to eat or buy their medication. So then I had told the doctor, you know what? I'm going to start changing my lifestyle. I said, because back in the day, you guys used to, bring you to a nutritionist and, say, okay, let's change your diet before you start writing out something.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, you can try it, but I don't think anything's going to help. So I had went on like a 60-day alkaline juice fast.
Okay.
Reason why I did that, I thought about the fact that when you do juicing and alkaline, your body's full of acid. And so I thought, well, we need to balance it. I thought about the Bible. I looked at the cross. Okay, you're going up to God or you're going down to hell. But then the balance is where the Lord says where you need to be. And so I thought, I need to alkaline. I need to bring that to a balance. And so when I did that, I mean, my whole body reversed with a lot of stuff. I mean, I was allergic to coconut. I'm no
Mm.
longer allergic to coconut. The doctor kept monitoring me, and after that, then he, kept put me, cut my medication, and then next thing you know, he said, you know what, we're just going to put you on a holiday and see how that is, and that's been since 2003. So I
What's
haven't
holiday?
had
What does that mean?
holiday means they'll take you off your medication. They don't believe that you're cured or anything like that, and they can't say that, but I mean, I haven't had anything. And so I've been pretty good.
Wow. So I know there's going to be people watching because you know me. I go into Miss Vanessa shop and we end up spending like an hour, hour and a half together. That's why I was like, you got to be on my podcast. Um, Tell people, and these are words we hear, right? Alkaline, acid balance. But to the person who's watching, who maybe don't quite get it, and they're seeing all these things now on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok about alkaline water. Tell them what you told me.
Well, I don't do no alkaline water. I mean, everybody got on the bandwagon with this. And I feel that, it's simple. You should not make it hard. I mean, it wasn't hard for me. And the thing is lemon and water makes your or lime makes your water alkaline.
Hmm.
So every morning when I get up, I get an 8-ounce glass of room temperature water. I squeeze a half a lemon in there and I drink that. I call that my insulin of the day. That detoxes the liver. When the liver holds everything. So when you cleanse that liver, you can cleanse a lot of stuff. And that's when a lot of people, when they come to the shop, the first thing they say is, oh, I need a detox. And I'm like, okay, go to the store and get you some lemons and some water. And they're like, well, what you got here in the shop? And I'm like, try that first and then come talk to me. But I mean, it cleanses everything. I mean, I can't say much about it, And then I was doing hawthorn, started studying all these different type of herbs, hawthorn, and that's a tree. Hibiscus, in Jamaica, they call it sorrel, and they sell like a drink called sorrel. And so I started growing my own hibiscus plants and everything. And just, every herb deals with your body. And then if you look in the Bible, every herb that's mentioned in there is alkaline based.
What is it that we're doing to ourselves? So when I hear you say that, are you a vegan? Like, or are you vegetarian? Do you only eat?
No, I mean, when I first started, I became a vegan, but then I had moved out to Pine Tops, had 3 acres and had some chickens and goats and stuff. So I, started eating eggs, eating my own chickens. I had chickens for eggs, chickens for meat. And that was myself considering myself organic because I grew it myself. When I go to the store, because I no longer have my home in Pine Tops, but when I go to the store, I just buy, regular meats. I mean, I don't eat pork and I don't eat beef, but I do turkey and chicken and fish, but I wash everything, my fruits and vegetables. And the main thing is I treat my meat as like the side dish and my
Okay.
fruits and vegetables as like the main course.
All right. I never thought of that. You hear that thing about your fist and other parts, but I never thought to make my meat my side dish.
Right.
Because
And
I'm in that place
the
now.
thing is when you have your plate, that little round circle in the center of the plate,
Yeah.
your food shouldn't go past that.
Oh. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how many times my food has gone past it. And I thought about my family at Thanksgiving, how they're like 2 plates because it's not. That's funny. But that's good. That's good. Let me ask you this. So I'm at that age. I'm 51. I wake up every day and something new. it's not feeling like it used to feel. And then just recently I heard like I cannot seem to lose weight to save my life. And I get it. I'm not the most consistent person in the world. But I did recently hear some stuff that says a lot of times as women, we hear about menopause being hot flashes and like losing our menstrual, but people don't talk to us about the weight gain or the memory loss. Like that's been happening a lot for me. Well, I'm like, there's something I want to say is sitting right there, but I can't quite.
Me and my sisters call it our senior moment. Sometimes we'll walk in the room and all of a sudden, my sister will say, having a senior moment. I'm like, but like I said, lemon water. I mean, I can't praise lemon water enough. As far as it gives me energy. I mean, I wake up every morning at 4 a.m. I'm doing stuff. I'm right now. I'm preparing everything for my garden. I mean, I don't have what do you call it, electronical tools or anything like that. I have a regular shovel, hoe, rake. That's my exercise. I love getting into the dirt with everything. But people be saying, you're not tired, this and that. A lot of people say, wow, you look like your son could be your, brother or sisters, When I tell people I'm a grandmother and I have a great grandson, people are like, what? But I mean, the food is your medicine. And when you treat your food as medicine, you can heal a lot of, your properties in your body. You can, I can't tell people, well, do it this way, do it that way. You'll know when you start taking that lemon water, your body you'll start noticing a difference. I noticed, I started losing the belly fat because I got tired of, if I go somewhere and someone says, oh, when you do, I'm thinking, when I'm due, I'm in my 60s. But I mean, and it was like, I used to get upset about, I'm always constipated or just something. And I said, you know what? Women's bodies are totally different from men because they don't have that problem as much as women do. And, we get backed up so easy. We take these multivitamins, and to me, it's like you should only take the vitamins that your body needs, because if you're taking a multivitamin, you're taking too much and you could be causing more harm to other things. And that's why we get constipated.
How would someone know what they need, what their body needs?
Well, your doctor can, let you know, as far as.
Never had a doctor tell me anything about a vitamin. I said to my husband, I said, one of the things I hate the most is I literally have a doctor's appointment today and I don't want to go. But I know the first thing they're going to ask me is, where do you, which pharmacy should I write your prescription? And I'm like, why do you automatically already know that you're going to write me a prescription?
See, and I tell everybody that you have to be your own doctor. So when you go to the doctor, you have to be interviewing that doctor. You have to tell them, I keep like I go to Dollar Tree and get those little pocket calendars. And I take my blood pressure morning and in the evening. This is my cat. Every time when I get on the computer, she wants to get up on the back of my seat. Look. But anyways, I tell show my doctor, this is what my blood pressure has always been. When I come here, you get white coat syndrome. That's what we call it in the nursing field. We get nervous, and then you could have been rushing to the doctor, so your blood pressure goes up. Then too, you never know if, when was the last time they recalibrated that, machine. I always ask them to use the manual machine. I let them work for their money, because then you can get accurate readings and stuff. But
what would they do to let me know what vitamins I need?
Well, because they always say you're vitamin D deficient. I mean, that's the biggest thing I always hear. And I tell people that's because we're inside all the time. We don't go out no more. We're in front of the TV. We don't sit in the sun. If you can get out and get that early morning sun, 15, 20 minutes, soak that up, But it's like there's so much And then like your body can tell, like when you're so sluggish and things like that, your blood is low. You need a little more iron, you
Okay.
know. But eating more fruits and vegetables, that's your vitamins. So if you don't, you snack on chips, you snack on, cakes and cookies and things like that, then, instead of grapes and, you're lacking vitamins from the start right there.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's good to know because that's one of my goals. I have my habits of doing good for a moment and then falling off. You told me recently to make every day an event. So this morning you'll be proud of me. I have my lemon water,
yeah.
whole lemon water. And I feel better. Like I know it seems crazy to think just this morning I would feel better, but one of the things I've been trying to do is not feed my body just because it's that time to eat,
Hmm.
but feed my body because I'm really hungry. And the lemon water really helps me to kind of know when I'm actually hungry versus when I'm
Right.
like, oh, it's this
Because
time.
actually lemon water helps, so you're not craving all the time. It curbs that appetite.
Yeah.
So
And
like I said, it does so many things.
I'm gonna do better. Like I have my big old things of lemon. I just have to because I'm like I said, I'm in my 50s. And my parents are like in their 70s. And I'll be honest with you, I'm like, do y'all hurt? Because they never talk about hurting. Which my mother have new knees, so she shouldn't hurt. Her knees wouldn't hurt because she has new knees. But my dad, I watched him, something fell on the floor. He just squat down and picked it up. And I was just like, that's cute.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Because when something fall on the floor, I'd be like, oh my God.
I know my neighbors are always commenting on how they're like, oh my goodness, you be out in that yard working every day. Woo, down. You be out in the yard working all day long. Aren't you tired? You're making me tired just watching you. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, because I'm getting fresh air, you
Yeah.
know, and we don't think about those things anymore. When we were young, we used to play outside all day long. Nothing bothered us, and you got your exercise. We don't get no exercise when we're in the house. A lot of
Mhm.
people say, well, I do a lot of house cleaning, a vacuum cleaning. I'm like, get outside. Start raking that yard. That's some exercise.
Tell them about your tea because so one of the things that I got from Miss Vanessa is this tea that I love. First of all, I love the name of it. Mine is I got the one called On My Last Nerve. That because I went to her and I was like, listen, I don't even remember how I found out about you. I think I'm a flea market junkie, first and foremost, right? Because I just love old things and finding new old things. And I just like flea markets. And I think I walked in and met you there. And I have lower back pain. I've been told I have a bulging disc. And I was told that the only thing that can help it is surgery. And at this point, I'm going like, I don't want to have surgery. And I find it interesting. So we talked, you asked me a bunch of questions. You wouldn't let me just buy any because you have one called, was it achy?
Oh, my achy.
Oh yeah, but you won't let us buy anything. And that tea, let me tell you, I am the spokesperson for Miss Vanessa's tea. Everybody who ever meets me, if you tell me you got any aches or pain, I'm like, you need to go see Miss Vanessa. Because and the reason I say it because the tea, first of all, I drink it and it can last me almost 12 hours some days.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I have taken like 800 milligram pills, ibuprofen or whatever, when I don't have my tea, and it doesn't help me the same. It doesn't last as long. It doesn't feel like it take away that pain. Your tea will make me forget to have back pain.
Well, the way how I say I came up with On My Last Nerve is from my sister Desiree. She had a hip replacement. And then when
Yeah.
she moved down to North Carolina, they had, went to honor her prescription, wanted her to be re-seen. And she's like, look, I retired, I moved down here. So, you don't take my insurance. And, so she was telling me how she was popping these ibuprofen and Tylenol. And I'm like, girl, you're going to mess up your liver. And I said, here, I had already had Oh My Achy. And I
Okay.
said, well, and she was telling me how it was radiating down her leg. I said, well, it sounds like you got some nerve damage. So then I added chamomile to it. And she started drinking it. And the next day she called, because I told her, I said, well, probably take 2 or 3 days, And she said, girl, I woke up and I'm like, this stuff, why are you hiding it? I said, I'm not hiding it. I said, you guys never tell me if you're aching and stuff. And so I came up with that because like alfalfa is for the bones. Skull
Okay.
cap is kind of like, I call that the Tylenol. And then
Okay.
the chamomile is for any nerve damage. And see, in the oh my ache is the opposite. It doesn't have the chamomile in it. So I have a lot of people taking that with arthritis and things.
I love it. I love it. I promise you, when I tell you, I tell people, like, I remember just being at Belk one day because nowadays the lines are long because they don't have the help in the stores. And I've only been in Rocky Mount 3 years. I laugh because my coach, who's from Rocky Mount, she's like, "How do you know so many people?" But well, I'll stand in a store, and if I hear you say anything, "Oh, my back hurt, my toe," I don't care what hurt. I'm like, "Do you know where Tar River flea market is?" And I'm amazed that there are people here who tell me they don't know what Tar River flea market is.
It
Like,
used to be the old Joiner's furniture store on 301. And
okay,
then it used to be called Good Old Boys.
good old
That's
boy.
when they first opened up. That's when I first started. When they first opened up, it was the Good Old Boys
Okay,
back in 2012. And then Mike Hicks took over, and he called it Tar River Flea Market. So I mean, it's a big old indoor outdoor. A lot of people see it outside, the vendors
yeah.
outside on a Saturday, but we're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So we have indoor vendors and stuff. So I've been there for I don't know how long. And see, a lot of people miss me because my booth is it's not like your regular booths. They kind of put me into this one that looks like an office type
But
because to keep it private as far as consultations and things like that. I kind
yeah.
of decorated it because it's right in the front. But a lot of people, when they walk by, all of a sudden they'll come to the window and they're like, oh, when did this get here?
I I want to just come in your shop. You know me. I'm all every time I come in there, I'm all like, "We could do this, Miss Vanessa," like as if it's my business because I have this horrible. I don't know if it's a bad habit. I realize that my coaching is pivoting towards more entrepreneurs, where people are reaching out to me who are ready to start their business, afraid to take it to a different level, that kind of thing. Because I have so many ideas that can. One day,
Well,
Miss
and see, I did
Vanessa.
because I was doing nursing for so long, but I wanted to do something to help people and to teach people at the same time. A lot of people say, "Why don't you have a shop?" And I'm like, "No, I like what I'm doing right here at the flea market." I said, "Plus, gardening is a lot." And I mean, when I say gardening, I grow a lot of about 50% of my herbs.
Really?
So it's like wintertime is not my break time. It's my planning time. I have to plan everything what I'm going to be planting. I plan, what I plant extra, for the seeds so I can regrow my things and stuff. So it's a constant, all day, every day, no breaks in between and stuff, and then I'm always learning, I love to read, and I like Rosalie DeFort, Learning Nerves, with John Gallagher, those type of things, Rosemary. Just there's so many herbalists out there that if people just start learning about the herbs, and I always say grow them first, don't go on TikTok or Instagram for these latest craze. You got to learn the herb because that herb might not work for you.
Okay.
So you got to treat an herb just like you would treat any kind of medication. And when I tell people if you're talking about trying to get off your medication, talk with your doctor. You let him know what you're going to do. And this is what your plans are. You want to change your diet. You want to change the way how you eat. You want to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your lifestyle. That way, he can, while you're monitoring yourself, he's monitoring you. And then you can see a difference. And he can see the difference when he's taking tests, not by looking at the computer of, okay, last month your blood pressure was this, so this is what you need now. Your body changes at times.
Okay. Well, that's some good stuff. Do you offer any classes? Will you ever? First of all, okay, so I have, we bought our home here in 2020, closed on it on my birthday of all times. And a friend came to visit and she goes, Kenesha, you have rosemary growing in your backyard.
Oh, that's good for memory.
Oh Lord, I need to go out there and take it all up. I didn't even know.
You can make it into a tea. You can cook with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But I have this beautiful area where I think the old owners had blocked it off and did a garden. Mm-hmm. And the guy who comes to cut the grass, he says, if you ever want me to turn that dirt for you, let me know. I don't know what to do, Miss Vanessa. I don't know when to put the seed in the ground, when to expect it, which seed to buy. Can you please offer just a mini class? I tell you the things I want to grow. You tell me how and when to go out there and do this stuff, and I'll do it. But another lady offered. I'm going like, I think
start simple. I'm a master gardener with Nash County the Gardeners Association, and I took that because I wanted to learn more about trees. I wanted to incorporate, more about what the benefits of the trees, these pine trees that all this pollen that comes off of, you can use a lot of these trees. And so I took that course and they offer a lot. They have a lot of information for a lot of people. If you want to start your garden, you could get your soil tested to see how, what kind of soil you have, because different areas, there's different soils, what you can grow and what you can't grow. I always, see what you like to eat.
Okay.
And that's the best thing, like you already have a rosemary, which is good for memory. Chamomile is very good. You can grow your own skullcap, and these are beautiful flowers and stuff, and invite the bees and the, pollinators and butterflies and stuff into your garden for all of the stuff. Echinacea is a good one. A lot of people, they abuse it. I tell people, if you're going to use echinacea, do it just like an antibiotic, 7 days on, 7 days off. Incorporate parsley. Parsley is good for the kidneys. And it seems like a lot of these blood pressure medications affect the kidneys. I mean, you see all these dialysis places popping up. And to me, it's like, people are not eating their fruits, their vegetables, their herbs, and all of these things are so beneficial.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the Bible tells you, okay, you guys wanted this when, they were complaining about, oh, you want to see the cucumbers, we're tired of it, and this and that. And, Lord says, I gave you this, well, go for that. And then look at what happened. We're sick.
Right. Exactly. Well, I certainly want to do better because I want to live a long time, but I want to live a good quality of life, because right now, between my back and my hips, I'm like, this cannot continue. And I just want more people to know about what you're doing. It's right here. It's local in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And I promise you, the tea is the best thing I've ever had. It tastes good to me too. Like, maybe it's an acquired taste, but I don't care. It makes
once you get used to it, our body's so used to sugars and salt. So we always want, a lot of people always say, can I put some sugar in it? I'm like, no, that's acid. Can I do honey? I'm like, why don't you try it by itself first? Why don't you start, letting your taste buds get reintroduced to what a real food tastes like before you start putting it with things.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, because a lot of the herbs, have sweetness to it. Because if you take the Oh My Achy by itself, people say, oh, it tastes like grass. But with the chamomile in there on my last nerve, it has a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not so bad.
Well, I mean, I'll drink it, and I don't I do like sugar, but I like it in my cakes and my ice cream. But I'm cool with my teas and my because like even my lemon water. I remember one time my mom visited me and I had did fruit infusion water, and
Mm-hmm.
she's all like, "Well, this would be good if you put some sugar in it." I was like, "That would be missing the whole point, mom."
Oh, yeah.
This is the whole point. But I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me. I'm hoping that there is some kind of way we can get either I'm serious. I gotta put something good in this land that I have here in my backyard, as well as I just want to do better. And so I like being around people who pushed me to do better. And you're one of those people. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time. Listen, guys, if you are in the Rocky Mountain area, I want you to reach out to Miss Vanessa down at Tar River Flea Market. But here's what's great. Miss Vanessa ain't no joke. I'm gonna give you guys her email address. If we're going to put that on the somewhere around the video. If you have questions, she loves doing consults. Like she's not going to sell you anything without a consult. I've been trying to get it. I'm like, come on, we can build a website. She's like, no, I don't want people just buying. But I want you to really spend time, talk with her, learn more. I've just recently started CMOS. So I'm adding that for my vitamins and all those nutritions, right? But I just want you guys to get connected, learn what you can. As we're getting older, realize that our bodies are going to shift and change, and you don't have to do it by yourself. And we don't have to take all these medicines. That's my goal. I don't want to ever. My father is 75, I think, this year. My father does not take any medicine.
Good.
And this has always been one of his goals. And so I want that to be my goal too. So, Miss Vanessa, thank you again for being on. Guys, stay connected. Thanks for watching Very Thoughtful Podcast. Have a wonderful, beautiful day.
Thank you.